Did you know that more than 3 billion people have an intestinal parasitic infection right now? 3 billion! That's like even more people than still don't know that they shouldn't drive slow in the left lane. So that's a lot of people. We really should be taking this seriously. And what's worse is some of the significant health issues that can be life-altering or life-ending for some people with these parasitic infections. So let's not mess around. In this video, I'm going to give you 8 warning signs that could indicate that you're dealing with some type of parasite in your body that you really want to get rid of. Now, a parasite can be classified as any organism that is taking from you but not giving back. We have a lot of beneficial organisms that live in our body that work with us. They benefit us, we benefit them. A parasite is just taking. It's like your annoying cousin Sheila who just shows up and eats all your food without asking. This is a parasite. We don't want these in the body. Now, most people are going to have some form of parasites, but the immune system is keeping everything in check and they're not going to create any trouble. But when things get out of hand, a parasite infection can cause a whole lot of trouble. So the first sign we want to talk about is abdominal pain or cramping. And this is the most common symptom across all forms of parasites. And research shows us that in a lot of cases, it's the situation of the parasite clamping to the side of the intestinal wall, actually creating a mechanical irritation that brings the immune system there, that can create inflammation, and some type of organisms can cause a lot of cramping pain. Other kinds can cause very sharp pain, and it's not nice. Not nice! Now, sign number 2 can be anal itching. And when I started researching natural health and nutrition 20 years ago, nobody told me that I would be talking to people about anal itching, and yet here we are. But this is a very common sign of a pinworm infection, and the female pinworms like to lay eggs around the anus, and this often happens at night. So if you're having a lot of rectal itching, especially at night, this can be a sign of infection. Sometimes it's so bad that it'll wake a person up. So this is something that you want to watch out for, and if it's happening, you're probably aware of it. Sign number 3 can be chronic diarrhea or chronic constipation. Now, if there's a diarrhea issue, a lot of times that's the body just trying to expel these bad guys and get them out of the body as fast as it can. But constipation can also happen because of the way that these microorganisms can alter how your motility and how this intestinal tract is moving things along. The waste product that they put out can change the pH of the intestinal tract. They can cause other digestive malfunctions. So a person may even experience altering, like they'll be constipated one time and then have diarrhea another, and it'll go back and forth. Now, if you've seen any of our other videos, you've probably seen me talking about other possible underlying causes for these very symptoms. So don't view these symptoms as a slam dunk that you have a parasite infection. They can be caused by other things as well. And for all of these symptoms and signs that I talk about, I'll put links in the description below to videos kind of talking about other possible causes for those symptoms as well, so you can understand what other things may be going wrong if you're dealing with those. And just remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving anybody medical advice. I'm basically a professional stand-up comic turned nutrition author, because when I lost my voice for 8 years, 23 different doctors couldn't help me figure that out. I had to dig for my own answers, and now I teach health professionals in more than 40 countries how to help their clients fix the actual underlying causes of problems instead of just covering up the symptoms. Now, sign number 4 we want to watch out for is bloating or excessive gas. A lot of these parasites will ferment undigested food, and that fermentation process creates a lot of types of gas that can then push out on that intestinal tract and create that bloating, or that gas needs to get out of the body somehow. So maybe somebody's getting kicked out of the car because they have so much gas. So this is something we want to watch out for, and clinical science also shows us that these parasites can change the gut flora and create more of a dysbiosis issue that invites other bad guys in that also ferment all these things and create even more gas. Sign number 5 is unexplained weight loss. So if you're not trying to lose weight, you're not changing the way that you're eating, but you're losing weight, well, these parasites can steal nutrients that are meant for you and your body. So if you're feeding everybody else in this bad town that you have going on in your intestinal tract, they could be stealing nutrients and restricting your ability for your body to really get what it needs, which can lead to a wide variety of other symptoms as well. Tapeworms have been shown to grow up to like 20 or 30 feet long. Like, I don't want to be around when that thing comes out. So some of these things can really take a lot of nutrients from you. And just keep in mind that some types of parasitic infection can also cause a person to gain weight. just from the toxic load that they're putting out and the metabolic changes that they're creating in the body. So don't view it has to be weight loss to be a parasitic infection. It can go either way in some circumstances. Sign number 6 is persistent fatigue or weakness. And keep in mind that the body needs nutrients for us to have energy to do things correctly. But there's also research showing that like hookworms can really reduce iron levels in the body and create an anemic situation that can really make a person really tired. But you also want to think about that this is like an invasion when there's a significant, infection going on. And just like you would feel when you're sick, when the immune system is really active, you're going to feel a lot more tired. So if you have all this other stuff going on where the body's at war against this infection, then that can really reduce the amount of energy that you have available to go through your day. Sign number 7 can be nausea or vomiting, and this could be one way that the body is trying to expel these parasites. But nausea could also come from either just the load of toxins that these parasites are putting out from their waste and byproducts. And when there's a lot of toxins in the system, then that can make us feel nauseous. And if the body's really occupied trying to deal with this invader, then the body also may be sending a signal like, don't send more food down here. We don't have the resources needed to break that down because we're dealing with this other problem over here. So that can restrict a person's appetite, which brings us to sign number 8, which can be extreme changes in your appetite. So we can see a loss of appetite like we were just talking about, but we also may see a great increase in appetite just because we're not getting the fuel the body needs. We're not getting the resources the body needs. So the body's like, hey, I need more stuff. I know that you just sent the signal that things were coming, but I didn't get it. Somebody else got it. So if these parasites are stealing your resources, the body may continue to send the signal, hey, I need a whole lot more. You may also get extreme cravings, especially for like sweets and high carb foods that these parasites really like to feed on. Now there are certainly other possible signs like skin issues, brain fog, grinding your teeth at night, or sleep disturbances and things like that. But these are the 8 that we really wanted to dig into here. So if you're experiencing 3 or more of these signs, that could really be an indication that it might be worth having your healthcare practitioner take a look and see if there's some type of parasite infection. Again, all of these symptoms can be caused by other things. We'll have videos below if you want to dig into those other causes. But if you feel like you could have a parasite issue, then being tested is a great next step. Keep in mind that parasites can exist in other places in the body. We're just talking about parasitic infections in the intestinal tract here. And if you want to get tested, there's things that your doctors can do, but know that the PCR-based tests seem to be the best because they're really looking at the DNA of these parasites and can pick up a lot more than a lot of these other stool tests will miss out on. But if you already know you have an infection, there's natural steps you can take to get rid of these bad guys and set the body up so that they don't keep coming back. So if that's the situation you're in, you can jump over right now and check out our video on 6 steps to eliminate parasites naturally. I can't wait to hear about your results.